Hello and welcome to Universus. I am back with another Critical Role Heroes of Exandria artist interview, and today I'm interviewing the other half of the Aziz Sabino cards. So I've reached out to Lucas Assis. I will put the answers up on screen and I will go over it in a kind of single person interview, but not the same way I did for the UVS ones because that was a pain to edit. Lucas Assis did a lot of the cards. I think it's around 40 cards that we've seen within Critical Role Heroes of Exandria, and they've got the sketches and drawings are some of the prettiest in the set, to which Guy Sabino then coloured and brought life to. And the pair work very well together, as can be seen from their cards. So first I thought I'd get to know Lucas a little bit by asking about himself and his history with art. Lucas responded with, I've always enjoyed consuming art, whether it's comics, cartoons, books, music. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved doodling, especially after watching the first Spider-Man movie in 2002. That was the turning point. Ever since then, I've tried to evolve as an artist. That's absolutely great to hear. And the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies are an absolute childhood icon for a lot of people. And they are some of the best. I mean, don't get me wrong, Tom Holland is absolutely amazing, but Tobey Maguire is kind of the iconic Spider-Man for a lot of people. And if you want to get to know my feelings of Marvel versus DC in my childhood, then go check out my Take 10 with Brody one that went up a couple of weeks ago, because one of the questions in there is Marvel or DC, and you can get to find out a little bit of my history with those comics, cartoons, and animated series. Tell me about your history with Critical Role. Were you a member of the fandom before the set, or did you have to learn about it once you were brought on as an artist? Lucas responded with, I'll be honest, I did not know about the series before, but with the opportunity to create original art, he dove right into the universe and absolutely loves it now. Following on from there, I went into, tell me some of your favourite moments from Critical Role, and seeing as he is similar to myself, who has kind of dove in recently, I was very interested to see where his favourite moments were going to be. Lucas responded with, I really like the battle against Lorenzo. The way that the team learns to come up with a plan to face him, and still realizes they weren't strong enough, and the losses they take along the way. This is something that has come up quite a lot through Lucas and Guy's art, and is also a focal point of some other stuff that they've done, but we'll get into that a little bit later, and I think I even have another video on that by itself. Moving on, I asked her, how did you feel when you found out your art was going to be on cards? Lucas responded with, it was very rewarding. The first time I worked for a major... It was very rewarding. This is the first time I've worked for a major IP, and I'm happy to have non-conventional art included in the deck. That's absolutely great to hear, and I love seeing your cards when I get to play them. I then went on to the process of working with UVS. I know Hitch has been quite hands-on his coordination with artists, so let's see how Lucas feels about that. It was fun and challenging. They're very professional and attentive to the artists, always providing full detailed briefs and understanding personal matters. It's great to see a company value the human side. Personally, I loved the process. So it sounds like something went down between Lucas and UVS, where Lucas had personal issues or needed a little bit of extra time to go where I can drive from the answer, and UVS were more than accommodating. And it has been a kind of running theme through the last few years of UVS, where this kind of family matters first. They understand people have a life outside this game, and they want to focus on people being well in themselves, as well as what they can bring to work, content, play. It's great that people want to express their passion for this game and every aspect of it, from playing to art, but make sure you are in a headspace, that you are in a position where you can do this without negatively impacting any part of your day-to-day life or relationships with your family. So following on from the discussion about the process, I moved on to finding out what the process of finding the right art for the cards were and what kind of discussion was held. Lucas then told me that they had made dozens of pieces for this universe, some of which were requested for the cards, others that weren't. One of the coolest part was finding out which one made it into the final project. It was a bit of extra fun for them. So it sounds like there's a lot of art that was left on the editing floor. There was a lot of art that has been used for other things by Lucas, and only a few of them made it onto the cards. Could this be more alluding to the secret comic that Guy mentioned in his interview that UVS commissioned, so that we know that there's more art out there? And it sounds like Guy and Lucas got a little bit of an extra mini game, not only getting to make art for the game, but then getting to find out what of that art made it onto the cards from all the art they did. Moving on from there, I want to find out a little bit more about Lucas's process. Talk me through the art process. How did they capture the essence of Exandria and bring it into their art and giving life to the table play of the Critical Role cast? One of the best things was that at the time they were contracted for Critical Role. They were consuming lots of fantasy content, and having the opportunity to explore Exandria and the world of Critical Role was very satisfying. Analyzing various works and other media from Critical Role was essential for them to be delivering what they did and delivering something that was very good and solid. Moving on, I then tried to get a little bit more information about the art and find out if there was any Easter eggs or references in the cards that we should be looking out for that no one's really noticed. And Lucas told me that there is an Easter egg or reference on one card, but couldn't tell me what it was even under the threat of death. So, have you seen any Easter eggs? Have you seen any of the references or Easter eggs to Critical Role that's in any of the 40 odd cards that Guy and Lucas did? Let me know. Moving on from there, I'm going to find out if they've done any other projects for Critical Role, other games, other IP holders, where else we can find their work. And Lucas says that they're entering into a bit of a grey area here, but they have done a comic. It turned out amazing, but they think it was cancelled, which is a real shame. But there's a lot of good content in there, and I'm sure it would have added a lot to the Critical Role world. So going on from Guy's interview, it looks like not only is the comic confirmed by Lucas himself, but it looks like we're not getting it. That's disappointing. I really want to see this comic. It looks, from the look of the cards and the way that they were mashed together, that sounds really cool. And I really hope that in some way or form we do get a bit of the comics. And I think that going off the kind of look that we've got from the regional playmats that we saw for Denver and Chelmsford, they could also be art from that kind of comic. But I'd have to double check the artist credited for those playmats. I asked if Lucas had any messages or anything they wanted to say to the Universus and UVS communities. And Lucas just had a simple, have fun, enjoy every moment of this game. It was made with a lot of love by all the artists involved, and the UVS team did a great job. I really hope we get to go further into the story of Exandria and these artists are brought back to do even more. All the artists have been absolutely amazing to talk to. Moving in, we start to wrap up the kind of interview. So, who is Lucas's favourite Critical Role character? And it turns out it's Mollymog. His journey was absolutely incredible and one of the coolest characters to draw. Mollymog has got one of the best journeys throughout the Mighty Nein, and he's an absolute beast to see how they grow and change throughout the story. But if you haven't seen Campaign 2, trust me, you're going to love it. I then asked Lucas what their favourite card from the set was. He loves several cards from multiple artists. So many great artists were involved. So it was kind of hard for him to pick which one, but he has got a personal attachment to a few that he did for the series. And the last question I kind of snuck in at the end while he was already answering the other ones was that, is there anything from the comic that they had made that they wish had made it onto a card? Lucas tells me that there was a lot of amazing splash pages that worked really well for the narrative that didn't really make sense on a card. that they would have loved to see get some kind of highlight or spotlight. So hopefully the public will get to see those at some time, either through the comic or in some other way. But it looks like there is some amazing splash art from the comic that unfortunately has not made it into our eyes yet. But I am really excited to see if we do get to see those through promos, through playmats, through future aspects, or even the comic itself. So that is where my interview with Lucas Assis wraps up. A big thank you for him for taking the time to answer those questions, gives great answers, and sort of talk me through the process, how it was to work with UVS. It's one of his favorite cards. You can really tell that Guy and Lucas have a great friendship and have a great synergy of working together. And I'm really excited to see if we get those guys back in the future and if we can get some more Critical Role stuff. I'm going to keep reaching out to artists. I'm going to hopefully finish this off and get everyone who was involved an interview. But let me know, did you find this helpful? Are you enjoying this series? And what is your favorite Assis Sabino card? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed, do hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all the videos that we have coming out around UVS, Universus, and all other games under the UVS banner. I'll catch you in a bit. Bye.